And the Rockets already with their game faces on as they get off the bus. Gotta be geared up for these road games. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. There below is Barclays Center and the borough of Brooklyn, where there's never a dull moment. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Taking a look at Houston. Fourth in the conference, an excellent season so far for them, though they'd like to jump into the top tier, maybe the top three.
Yeah, right now, though, the Rockets, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
Well, it's possible we haven't seen them at their best yet. They've shown they can play with any team in the league. And now they need to do it every night, not just some nights.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Rockets coach Mike D'Antoni is the modern-day godfather of pace and space. His teams in Phoenix popularized small ball, moving around and pushing the tempo in their 7 seconds or less offense. It's ironic that now his Houston team plays a much slower isolation style of basketball. But Kevin, that shows his flexibility and D'Antoni's ability to adapt to his personnel.
Whatever works, David. Thanks. Looking at teams with new coaches, Chris, how long do you think it usually takes a new system to get the kinks out and work properly?
Yeah, hopefully you have veteran players because they can adapt the system a little bit quicker. Younger players, they might not, know the lingo. They might not know necessarily where to be. So you have to practice. And with practice time not being as a premium like it used to be, it's a little tougher. So it takes a while. You want to make sure you kind of look at the season, 82 games. You look at it in 4 20-game stretches. And you hope by that second 20-game stretch, you're into finding your rhythm as a team. And the team's starting to hone in on those little details.
Good perspective. Here's the starting group for Houston. Harden and Gordon are out on the wings. Tucker and Capella are up front. And it's Westbrook in at the 1 spot. And for Brooklyn, Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. Durant is out there with Wilson Chandler. And it's Jordan in at the 5, roaming the paint. And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ball game. Westbrook with the steal. On the wing, Gordon. And Tucker has it in the corner. Back to Gordon. Chandler with the steal. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Irving, good.
Out in the open court. Irving's just too quick, too shifty to contain.
Last outing for Houston, it was a loss to the Wizards in Washington. Harden outside. In the corner, it's Westbrook. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
He's terrific at finding an open man. I mean, good awareness from the floor, from the combo guard. Hard.
Westbrook with the steal. Here's Gordon. And Houston again with the bucket. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Outside Irving. Pass to KD. Lobs it up for Jordan. And the dunk by Jordan.
And any lob to Jordan is about as sure a thing as you can get. So athletic for a big with tremendous hands, and big fella knows how to get in prime position for those alley-oop feeds.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Irving against Westbrook. Irving passes to LeVert from downtown. He goes up again. And Jordan with the layup. Jordan's got his second bucket of the night.
One thing never changes in the NBA. Jordan will always be there among the top offensive rebounders in the league.
On the wing, Eric Gordon. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Irving with the bounce pass. And there's Jordan. That's good on the assist by Irving. 6 points for Jordan.
And the shooting percentage Jordan records from here is insane. If you get him the ball in a good spot, he usually finishes.
Now, here is Harden. He's coming off a 34-point game against the Wizards in Washington. Capella trying to free himself up. And it's good, 2 points. Westbrook's got 5 now.
Like how confident Westbrook is close to the rim. Gets high off the ground and releases his shot quickly.
Nets trail by 3. Irving with it. Outside for Durant. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
Taking a look at some stats for DeAndre Jordan. Great showing for him last season. Last season, he averaged 11 points a game, 13 rebounds, and 2 assists. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
This last stretch, unbelievable tenacity going to the glass. It's been reflected in that stat sheet.
Westbrook drives in, and it's Kyrie Irving with the rebound.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
KD with the bucket.
And I think I only counted 4 total steps for Durant to go from one end of the floor to the other. I mean, he's just incredible in the open floor.
And with the signing of Durant and Irving along with DeAndre Jordan, Greg, are the Brooklyn Nets now claiming the mantle for the top team in New York?
Listen, they were already the better team a season ago. After stealing the Knicks' thunder in free agency, acquiring the superstar talent, they're poised to steal the Knicks' cultural relevance as well.
Now Irving. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Indiana. Pass to Durant. It's LeVert on the wing. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. Houston leading by 3. It's Harden with the drive. Tucker can't get the putback. And here's Chandler who brings it up for the Nets. Irving for 3. Up again. And there's Jordan putting it right back in. 8 points for him.
It's all clicked into place for him this quarter. He's not missed a single shot.
Westbrook against Irving. A shot's good from Westbrook. Here's Irving. Passes to LeVert. Stolen by Harden. Here's Westbrook, and finished off by Westbrook.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
And with this matchup being an East versus West affair, it will be the first of only 2 meetings between the teams.
Yeah, should be a fun game to watch. I mean, 2 teams that don't see each other that much. They'll learn a lot about each other tonight.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Dinwiddie's checked in. Irving passes to KD. Offensive rebound, Jordan. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Clint Capella.
And this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate, and teams are never afraid to put him on the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
And after spending his first NBA decade with the Clippers, DeAndre Jordan bounced around last season
Remains a supreme athlete and rebounder, though, at that center position.
That one is no good. And a nightly double-double threat is DeAndre Jordan, but some dissatisfaction with his play last season. Greg, why was that?
Well, I felt like his impact has tailed off just a bit from his peak with the Clippers. Sometimes the great athletes have more of an adjustment as they enter their 30s.
To the inside, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on James Harden.
Well, the defender overreaches right there. Durant recognizes it and quickly baits him into the hack.
Well, great to see KD back on the court. That heartbreaking moment where he went down in Game 5 of the 2019 Finals. Wow, so hard, Greg, to watch.
And KD clearly gave everything he had to try and win in the finals. Warriors fans appreciate his efforts. Softened the blow as he left for the Nets. The Warriors ownership already promising to retire Durant's number up in the rafters.
And the Nets miss again. Houston in the lead. Here's Harden. The rebound by Wilson Chandler.
Still plenty of time for him to contribute in this game, but it's a tough stretch he's going through.
That ties the game.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Now here's Westbrook. He's coming off a 31-point game against the Wizards in Washington.
And don't leave out his rebounding, Kev. I mean, he had a big impact in that game with all his effort on the glass.
Just 5 to shoot. A shot by Harden, wide open. The rebound by the Nets. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And that one was all about offensive execution, running your plays, picking your spots.
And as long as you do that, you put yourself in a good position to win, no matter if you're home or away. It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
So they take the lead. And the Nets lead by 2.
That's just great touch. The teardrop, well, that's all about feel.
Now here's Westbrook. 9 points in the game so far. And there's the feed to Capella. Will it go? And Jordan sends it back.
And really, that's the brilliance of Jordan, just denying those shots there with tremendous power.
The Rockets shooting their first free throws of this game.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
And that one misses.
Kevin, it was an up-and-down season for the Rockets last year. I mean, they started out very slow, and because of injury, but it took them a while to get into the playoff picture. But how about this? They won their division, but only nabbed the 4th seed in the playoffs.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Allen's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Torian Prince comes in for Kevin Durant. Odion Kurucs, he's checked in for Wilson Chandler. And Harris subbed in for Kyrie Irving. And the jam by Harden.
Well, Kevin, you can't be careless with the ball around Harden. He's great at swiping the ball and creating easy opportunities for his team.
And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for Brooklyn. They trail by 1. And Chris, last year being the 4th seed in the postseason was trouble for the Rockets.
Yeah, it was, especially, Kevin, when you have to face the Warriors in the second round. They got bounced out in Game 6 despite the Warriors losing Durant. The slow start in the regular season, I think, played a big factor.
Now here's Rivers. And here's Harden, and he uses the glass on the layup. And now a 3-point Rocket lead.
Well, that's tricky. Trying to stop Harden without fouling, that might be one of the most difficult tasks in sports.
Dinwiddie against Rivers. Now here's Dinwiddie. He's guarded closely. Prince outside, so it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. You know, these are the guys you need to be aware of if you don't want your pocket picked. Here are last season's steals leaders. James Harden is second, fourth, Russell Westbrook.
And with all the steals these two came away with, they probably put a thought in the back of every opponent's head, and it wasn't a very good thought.
Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Capella.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And that's a gift if I've ever seen one. They've got to communicate much better out there.
Nets trail by 3. Here's Karuch. He had 10 points in the win against Indiana. Here's Cephalosha, and Cephalosha with the jam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
Here's Dinwiddie. The Rockets making the shot. Harris outside. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Rockets leading by 5. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
Now here's Rivers. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Great positioning on the putback. And the Rockets lead by 7.
I love his work ethic, not to mention his hands. You need both to convert those tip-ins.
Harris dishes to Dinwiddie. There's a minute 47 left to play in the first quarter. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2. Rivers passes to Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
Oh, and Harden is just ferocious with his dunk, just ramming it in the defense's face.
Timeout called, the Nets. And Chris, Jonas Jerebko can give you valuable minutes off the bench.
Yeah, and throughout his career, Jerebko has always had a good sense of when to defer and when to look for a shot. Very easy to play with, and there was a reason this team sought him out.
Daniel House has checked in for Jonas Jerebko.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Allen. A very nice season for him last year. 8th in field goal percentage and a top 15 ranking in blocks per game, supplying that backline protection that is so key to a great defense.
And you know, back to his tremendous efficiency shooting last season, top 10 in the league, his dead-eye shooting creates so many opportunities for that offense. There's 1:26 left in the first. Harris against Harden. 5 on the clock. It's tipped from deep three-point range.
And the three-pointers just not falling for them early.
And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. .107 left here in the opening quarter. Harris inside the line. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
And with that one, it ends an 11-0 run by the Rockets.
Rivers with it. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Cephalosha misses. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Harris with the ball. Allen's shot is off.
Man, you don't see this fella blow many layups. Not against D like that, anyway.
Here is House, guarded by Prince. And Harden with the stuff.
Oh, it's all about the assist on that play. He puts it in the perfect spot.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
House, the pass to Cephalosha. To the paint, here's Rivers. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Going for the juggler right off the bat. I mean, jumping out to an impressive early lead.
From deep. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in.
Gotta admire the speed of Harden. I mean, he looks locked in on defense, especially with how he contests the shot.
James Harden getting it done for the Houston Rockets. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We'll return shortly. At one time a poor free throw shooter, DeAndre Jordan has really improved this part of his game, and he was asked back when he was struggling if he had ever considered shooting them underhand, like some have in the past.
I haven't. I've never tried it. I've never secretly tried it in practice or anything like that. I think I'm going to try to shoot it regular for a while, and if that's my last resort, then so be it.
You know, he's made some progress with his method, though.
Yeah, him, Drummond, Capella, a lot of the guys who were getting the hack-a-shack treatment have made great strides.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard.
Oh! I mean, come on, man. Harden is ridiculously clever, including how he decides to posterize you. A superb athlete.
Nets trail by 13. Now Dinwiddie. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, Kevin, you're right. They needed that, and I love that he just didn't settle for the lay-in.
One-on-one here. Harris kicks to Dinwiddie. Here's Karuch. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And the pass to Dinwiddie. Hands it from downtown. Dinwiddie's got it back down to single digits for Brooklyn.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
The shot by Chandler, wide open. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got his third assist on the night. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. On the wing, Harris. Here's Karuch. Over House. And it's Karuch missing. Now, here is Harden, and Harden with the stuff.
Oh, and when Harden is going strong to the rim, he's looking for the throwdown, ripping the rim down hard on that one.
Nets trail by 12. Harris passes to Dinwiddie. With every position, creating offense now. Which big men do the best job of scoring off the bounce?
That's a good question. LaMarcus Aldridge in San Antonio, Coach Pop is giving him the freedom. And Joel Embiid, we sleep on him because he's 7 foot, but when he faces up in the post, he doesn't usually give you his back. He faces up, triple threat, gives you a jab step, a counter in and out, and gives you something nice. I mean, his ball handling ability is great for a 7-footer, and I like Embiid.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Kevin Durant comes in for Taurean Prince, and Irving subbed in for Karuch. And a change for the Rockets. Tucker's checked in. And both free throws good for Dinwiddie. And the 6'6" point guard Spencer Dinwiddie, second-round pick of the Detroit Pistons in 2014. You know, Greg, they might have wished they held on to him.
One of the most improved players in our league. Last season, he signed that 4-year, $48 million extension from the Nets, rewarding his growth.
Out left to the wing. Shoots. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
House dishes to Chandler. Irving with the steal. There's the three. And the Nets miss again. Rockets leading by 12. Here's Rivers. The baseline J off the mark. Durant with a wide open look, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
The rhythm and the poise that Durant has when getting ready to catch and shoot is second to none in the league.
Pass to House. Allen against Chandler. Pass to Rivers. And Tucker kicks to Harden. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Rivers. But they get it back. Here's House. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Jared Allen. The Rockets have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. Free throw drops for House. The other day, Chris, I heard Commissioner Adam Silver talking about that it strikes him sometimes how isolated players can be with cell phones and headphones, and those things wouldn't help that. Is it something that you've noticed or that you're concerned about?
You mean with my nephews and nieces and friends that are younger and kids walking across the street looking at their phones and not even looking both ways?
You know, your play-by-play partner, whoever it might be.
Yeah. Oh, come on. You know, Kevin, those are the times. And so I would tell Adam Silver, Mr. Commissioner, yeah, that's a basketball problem. That's a world problem. How are we going to stop any of that? We're here now. There's no putting that genie back in the bottle, Kevin.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Look at that jam. I mean, just beautiful.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Harris against Gordon. Jordan the pass to KD. And the shot is long.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
And here's Westbrook. 11 points in the game. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
Oh, I do too, Greg. You have to go to your best scorers. I mean, it's a smart strategy, and so far, it's paying off in this game.
LeVert's checked in for Harris. A free throw off from Westbrook.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career. A career best season for Kyrie Irving in 2018-19. Scoring just as great as ever, but it was the other areas, playmaking, rebounding, defense, where he made tremendous strides.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good. And the Celtics expected Kyrie to become a better passer and defender in Boston.
They felt he had the capability. You could argue that those improvements have elevated him from a great scorer to a great player in our league. And pro move there, finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
Yeah, showing that short area skill allows him to create some space.
Nets trail by 14. Passes it to Durant. LeVert with it. His last outing, he had 8 points. Shot clock at 5. Irving from long range. The Rockets pull it in. Capella's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Gordon, and then Gordon with the dunk.
Look, it's always awesome to see Gordon take it to the rim. Adding more wrinkles to his offensive game, sick.
Now Irving, he has 6. On the wing, Chandler. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game. Jonas Jerebko's checked in for the Rockets. The pass to LeVert. The Nets working the ball around now. Shot from 12. It's good. Irving's got 8 points.
So smooth in everything he does. Irving will score the ball from anywhere.
Here's Westbrook. 13 points in the game. He kicks to Gordon. Dishes to Jerebko. Gordon, the pass to Jerebko. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Nets trail by 16. Now here's LeVert. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Irving can't hit.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And most fans think of the Rockets as offense only, but that's not the case at all.
No, GA, I mean, they force a good amount of turnovers, and they trap pretty well. I mean, the defense has been solid for them the past few years, if you ask me. Nothing mind-blowing, but this team is certainly not one-sided.
That's good from Westbrook. Chris, the NBA has flattened now the draft lottery odds. And now that you've seen it at work, seen it in play, any additional changes you might make?
Well, you know, Kev, I still a wait and see for me. I definitely like the NBA making sure they try to address the problem. You never want a team to think that they can be rewarded for losing. So I like what we've done so far, but you know, if I'm a GM, if I'm a president, I'm always going to try to find ways to manipulate and find that, you know, those open gray areas. And so I think this is something we're always going to have to address, but I love the fact the NBA has gotten ahead of the problem.
Like the Clippers of a year ago. They looked like, gosh, they've lost all their superstars, but they gave it such a great go. They actually made the playoffs.
Yeah, and it started from the top. I mean, Mr. Ballmer said, listen, we do not want to lose. We're going to go in and we're going to play hard. And I tell you what, I think that that's what rewarded them during free agency by able to go out recruit players and say, listen, we don't lose here. We just need you to take us over the top. And I think that's a pretty good recruiting pitch.
Pass to Durant. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. That's now 8 points for Kevin Durant.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
And here's Westbrook. He's got 15. Here's Gordon, and Jordan sends it back. Second shot opportunity, and it's Capella missing.
For a player who's almost a sure thing to score in tight, that was a stunner.
And Kevin Durant with the slam.
The phenomenal athleticism from Durant. Man, he's just a tenacious dunker who spikes it in.
Pass to Capella. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And a boom it was for the Rockets to be able to keep Clint Capella. A great fit with the team and gives them exactly what they need on the interior.
And the first one drops. And Greg Capella, who was taken near the end of the first round back in 2014 in the draft, has developed well during his time with Houston.
And Capella's game has really taken off in the last few seasons. He looks to be a double-double machine for this team for the next handful of years, and that is exactly what they need.
And the shot goes in.
Good recognition from Durant. He's a talented passer.
Last outing for the Rockets, it was a loss to Washington.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
Yeah, Greg, and maybe the crowd had an effect on them. I mean, who knows? I mean, they looked uncomfortable at the line.
Westbrook, the shot comes out, and Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Jordan finds KD. Off target from outside.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Inside, here's House. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. Rockets have made 2/3 of their free throws tonight. 6 of 9 to be exact. First one falls for him.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Prince is checked in for Brooklyn. And so House nails both of them.
Well, Mike D'Antoni, he's a legendary coach in this game. He's found success at almost every stop he's coached at, only missing the title to cement his legacy.
Rockets leading by 17. Down low. Here's Gordon. Here's Capella. Reverses. He lays it in.
And the deficit would be bigger if they hadn't been doing such a great job crashing the offensive glass this quarter.
Timeout called, the Nets. And with Mike D'Antoni, Chris, you can see his influence as a coach throughout the NBA.
Yeah, a lot of modern offenses borrow from things D'Antoni created. The up-tempo early offense is a product of his 7 seconds or less era. I mean, his imprint is all over the NBA.
The Rockets making a switch here. Cephalosha's checked in.
And let's take a look now at Russell Westbrook's numbers. He's coming off an excellent season. 1st in assists, 4th in steals, and he also finished the season in the top 10 in rebounding. It's just a terrific year on the glass.
And dropping a lot of dimes. He led the league in assists because he's the ultimate competitor, an absolute magician with the basketball.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And so the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. And the Rockets with possession here. Gordon finds Cephalosha. Here is Jerebko over Durant.
Durant has really improved his impact on the defensive end. I mean, and he is not someone you want to go at as a shooter.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. LeVert the pass to Irving. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Irving's got 13.
His offensive skill set is off the charts. He has more than a few ways to punish you.
Westbrook dishes to Gordon. And the call will be against Karis LeVert. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Players have different ways of leading. Some guys, Chris, are loud and fiery. Others let their play do all the talking. What was your approach?
Well, Kevin, it depended on what situation I was in. When I was in Sacramento, I could be the quiet, fiery guy that led through my actions because Vlade was more of a vocal guy, and we had a really good-spirited team, so I didn't need to do much besides what we did in practice. In my younger days, when you want to win, you want to get out there, and maybe everyone doesn't have the sense of urgency that you do. You're a little bit more vocal, but I've always believed that the best leaders, no matter how well they communicate or anything else, the best leaders lead by example. And if you're telling everyone what to do and you're not doing it, usually it falls on deaf ears. So go out there and do it by example first, and everybody will follow.
Good advice. Jerebko for 3. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And Allen slams it in.
Oh, great flow to that possession. 2 players totally in sync with each other.
Westbrook up top, covered by Irving. There's 53 seconds left now here in the second. Passes it to Cephalosha. And stolen by Prince. And that one is stuffed right through.
And they need those kind of plays right now. Smart defense that generates some more.
Outside Westbrook. To the middle. Here's Gordon. Nifty move. It's tipped. Here's Prince. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
As hot as he's been, it still has to be him who leads the charge and helps turn this game around.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Gordon against Dinwiddie. Now here's Gordon, guarded closely. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Westbrook. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. And so that's the end of the first half. Houston on top. They lead by 13. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks a lot, Kyrie. What got you going in the first?
My teammates were just finding me, setting good screens, and just stay aggressive, not only for myself, but for them. We're kind of in a hole in the first quarter, kind of sluggish. Came out in the second quarter, kind of sluggish, but just got to pick it up on the defensive end. That's where it starts.
Kyrie, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. There was no stopping Russell Westbrook in the first half. He had 16 points, 2 steals, and 3 assists. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets?
The difference so far, no one can stay with Westbrook. He sees control of the pace, and we know how aggressive he can be once he gets on the roll.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Brooklyn?
Well, look, they turn the ball over way too much. You can't do that in the NBA. Teams are just too talented. You can't give them that many possessions. Don't give away the entire game just by giving up an extra few possessions here and there. These guys need to come with more precision in the second half.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Irving and LeVert are at the 1 and 2. Wilson Chandler out there with Durant, and it's Jordan in its center. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Here's Chandler, and there's the pass to LeVert. Three-pointer. Offensive rebound. Feeds it to Durant. Tries again. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Houston leading by 13. Right side Westbrook. Harden outside. 17-foot shot on the way. Miss number 7 from the field. He's also made 7. And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And Brooklyn has possession. Jordan high post. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. 15 points for Jordan.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
To the paint. Here's Gordon. Chandler with the defensive effort. And here's Chandler who brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They haven't given up any points here in the second half.
It's still early, but a 1-for-4 start to the half, that's a bad sign if you ask me. If they've got a can't-miss play, now's the time to break the glass and pull it out.
And it's Gordon missing.
Slow to get warm after the break. 0 for 3 now. Maybe they need an early timeout. It's just to try to settle things down. His energy level has never dropped in this game. I mean, he's working his tail off. And the D is struggling to keep up.
And if there was ever a definition of a glue guy, Greg, it would be P.J. Tucker. He's so valuable to his team.
You know, P.J. gives you production in every way, and his impact really goes beyond the stats. All the little things that coaches want their players to do, that's really the motto of Tucker's game.
The Nets have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7. He's off on the first. Well, last season for sure, Greg, a bit of a journey for DeAndre Jordan as he went from the Mavericks to the Knicks before his free agency. Now he is a part of Brooklyn.
And both KD and Kyrie took pay cuts to get Jordan on board. Still a factor with his size and defense despite a lackluster year in 2019. Nets are hoping he can find his magic and be a force once again.
Hammers it home to polish off the break.
This is what a leader does. Irving, good at sharing the wealth and getting his teammates going.
Harden, Jordan with the rebound.
He's not an easy man to stop when he's attacking the basket. The D doing everything it can.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That'll be his second foul of the game. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And Durant puts up a deep 3. And it's James Harden with the rebound.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
Goes up again. Durant trying to break free. And he sinks the layup. Jordan's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Brooklyn. To the inside. And stolen by Jordan. And another fast break for Brooklyn. The Nets are running. That one goes in. 12 points for KD.
He's taken 5 shots this quarter and only hit 1. I mean, you got to say ouch to that.
Harden and the jam by Harden.
He's a top-tier scorer in this game. I mean, Harden only needs a few shots to fall, and then it's like watching a volcano erupt.
Brooklyn's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Lobs it up for Jordan.
He's got the hot hand right now. As long as he can keep getting open, they've got to keep feeding him.
Houston leading by 6. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Westbrook with it. 16 points for him. 6 to shoot. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's foul number 2 for him. Caruth is checked in for Durant. The Rockets also changing it up. Chandler comes in for Clint Capella. And it's Austin Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Chandler's shot good. Chandler's got 6.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, and you know what's going to happen, there are going to be points put on the board.
Rivers against LeVert. Chandler with the block.
And how about the basketball IQ of Chandler? Just knows exactly when to sky and commit to blocking shots.
On the wing, Chandler. Here's Harden. Again, the Rockets score.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
And that's why they're running plays for him. They're getting him the ball and letting him go to work.
Nets trail by 8. Now Irving. He's got 13. Pass to LeVert. Here's Caruth, guarded by Tucker. Pulls it from the elbow, and he nails the jumper. 15 points for Kyrie Irving.
Love how Irving mixes it up. Outside, inside. He's effective at playing to his strengths.
Harden the pass to Rivers. Back to Harden. He feeds it to Chandler. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 4 assists in the game. And it's Irving with the ball for Brooklyn. 8-point game. LeVert in the corner. Brooklyn now working with a new shot clock. And Chandler sends it back. And here's the break. And the basket by Gordon. He's got 16.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Here's Irving. He's got 15. Chandler outside. Down low. Here's Karuch. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Karuch has got his first points of the night.
Oh, the timing couldn't have been better on that assist.
It's Harden with the drive. Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
And when Harden sees a clear lane to the hoop, just move out the way. He jumps on it. So relentless in how he exploits open space.
Nets trail by 10. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. And Greg, when you're discussing and comparing James Harden and what he's done these last few years, you have to do it on a very historic level.
He's going to go down as one of the best to ever play the game. His production is incredible, and the skill level really is groundbreaking. Easily the best off guard in the league.
So for the Nets, Allen's checked in for Rodions Kurucs. Joe Harris comes in for Wilson Chandler. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Karis LeVert. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for the Rockets.
Out of bounds.
That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Well, while we have a second, let's show you the list of players who put up the most points last year. James Harden, number 1.
And he's not going to forget that season anytime soon. And it's safe to say neither will anyone who watched him.
Jordan dishes to Dinwiddie. Jordan against Harden. Count it, and the Houston lead has been cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Jordan.
Oh, he's been dominant this quarter. I mean, he's determined to prevent the lead from getting any bigger.
Dinwiddie against Harden. Shoots over Dinwiddie. Harden's shot is off. And for the Nets, they're shooting 47% since getting things started in the third quarter. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Houston leading by 8. Rivers kicks to Harden. It's Chandler high post. Houston moving the ball around. Pass to Rivers. From deep three-point range. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Rivers has got 5 points so far.
Oh, it's big when Rivers connects from outside. Really helps space the entire floor for a squad.
Net shooting well. They're at 45%. Outside Jordan. Back to Dinwiddie. Inside. Stolen by Tucker. And it's Houston on the break. And he makes that one. And the Rockets lead by 13. Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Prince is checked in. Houston on D. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Passes it to Rivers. Here's the 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. Irving's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Prince in the corner. Launches it. It's rebounded by Houston.
Now, you don't see that very often. A wide open 3 is usually like a layup for him.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. And now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. That will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do on a fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. There's the pass to Harris. To the middle. Allen passes to Prince. 4 on the shot clock. Over Chandler. Prince's shot is good. Rockets leading by 14. Here's Harden. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Harden's got 8 here in the quarter.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 45% from the field since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Chandler with the rebound. And here's Chandler, who brings it up for the Houston Rockets. They get to take on the Heat at Miami after this one. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip. Stolen by Harden. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Harden's got 10 points here in the second half.
Well, with the role he's on this quarter, they're going to keep going to him and get that lead even bigger.
Nets trail by 18. Now here's Dinwiddie. He's got 9. Outside Irving. Fires the 3. Does not find the basket. He's shooting 50% from the floor on 14 tries. Here's Tucker. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, I love P.J. Tucker. He's a player that doesn't do a whole lot in the box score, but he passes the eye test. He plays defense, he's tough, he rebounds, and you know he'll hit that corner.
The Rockets have gone 9 of 13 from the line.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And Tucker, Chris, the type of player who will do all the small things for a team.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be anything more than he is with the stars on his team, and he knows that. Tucker's a great glue guy. He sets screens, guards anyone, rebounds, hits his shots.
Durant's checked in for Brooklyn. Jonas Jerebko's checked in for the Rockets. Westbrook comes in for James Harden.
Quick fact for you guys, P.J. Tucker is the #1 sneakerhead in the NBA. And it's not even close. The man owns hundreds and hundreds of kicks. In the 2018 playoffs, PJ wore 22 different pairs of shoes in 17 games.
And here's Cephalosha for 3. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 4 rebounds in this game. To the inside, here's Durant, and then Durant with the jam.
Oh, nice slam right there from Durant to finish off the play. He's just really good at converting those plays strong.
1:12 left in the third. Westbrook kicks it to Tucker. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Irving leading the charge.
Irving is just so confident at handling the rock. And why shouldn't he be? His moves are untouchable.
59 seconds left in the third quarter. And here's Westbrook. He's got 16. Sinks the triple. Westbrook's got 19 points.
That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
Yeah, he may just have to put a little more arc under that, but either way, it's a tough shot.
Dinwiddie passes to Durant. And KD throws it down.
You got to enjoy watching Durant finish strong. A ferocious competitor who's always looking to jam it when he has room to.
Rivers kicks to Jerebko. From outside, off the mark. Nets trail by 16. 17 seconds left to play in the third. Durant with it. He's got 16. 5 to shoot. On the wing, Irving. A second chance effort. And so it's Houston with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. Their transition game has been in full effect. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Let's hear what Mike D'Antoni was going over with his team moments ago.
Way to fight, guys. Way to fight. That's all it is. That's all it is. Way to get on the floor. Way to go, guys.
Well, you can see, Greg, he sees the fighting spirit in his team right now.
Yeah, they're playing with energy and purpose. Coach sounds very pleased.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. So on the floor for Houston, Jonas Jerebko out there with Clint Capella. And it's Rivers, and there's Gordon, and it's Westbrook in at the 1.
Great anticipation, quick hands. Who's saying Irving can't play defense?
Westbrook way outside. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Westbrook's got 22 points.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Here's KD. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And a deep 3 from Westbrook. No good, shot missing. The Nets go the other way with it. Harris's shot is good. A few possessions into the 4th quarter, just over a minute played. Westbrook surveying the D. And it's Gordon penetrating. Capella trying to free himself up.
But you're not going to sneak that shot past Durant, not with the reach that he has.
Here's Dinwiddie. Score the basket, his 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Westbrook dishes to Gordon. Launches a 3. Kept alive by Houston. And it's Capella missing.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Yeah, and they are living and dying from beyond the arc since halftime. It's a different look than what we saw in the first half.
From the baseline, the shot's good from Westbrook. Westbrook's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And Westbrook is a terror from the mid-range. Terrific at sticking it to the defense from that spot on the floor.
Here's Gordon, and then Gordon with the dunk.
Pressuring the ball and making a play that created the opportunity.
I mean, it all starts on the defensive end. When you're active and willing to gamble a little bit, the payoff can be big.
And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets, down by 12. Down low. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. 19 points for Kyrie Irving.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's Rivers. 2 points. That one goes. And the Rockets lead by 12.
These buckets help Rivers get going. The defense can't allow him to get comfortable from there.
Now Irving. Kicks it to KD. Lets the 3 fly. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Capella's Rockets leading by 12. It's Rivers on the wing. Dinwiddie covering. And here's Westbrook from the arc. They get it back. Capella, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Kevin Durant.
The assertiveness of Capella, when he's playing with passion inside, it forces the D to act.
a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
Well, to me, Clint Capella is a classic center. I mean, I love his hands. Great footwork. I mean, he takes what is given to him. He plays inside, protects the rim. And if you throw it up, he'll finish it with authority.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Jordan, he's checked in for Jared Allen. Chandler comes in for Harris. And it's LeVert in for Irving. Now with Capella, that finishing and rebounding are key to his game.
Yeah, and he's only going to keep getting better, Kevin, which is a scary prospect for every other center in the NBA.
Here's Jordan. Also Westbrook with the rebound. Westbrook's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Dinwiddie with the steal. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. James Harden, he's checked in for Rivers. Here's LeVert. Pass to KD. Here's the floater. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. LeVert's got his 3rd assist on the night. Rockets leading by 11. Now here's Westbrook. From deep. Jordan with the rebound. Durant against Westbrook. The lead now cut to single digits. That's now 22 points for Kevin Durant.
Plays like that are what make Durant impossible to guard. You just can't deal with his pull-up jumper.
And there's the call on Durant. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Houston. Stolen by Durant. Gordon against Dinwiddie. And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That's his 1st foul. Pass to Dinwiddie. The 3 from KD. Drains it from beyond the arc. KD's got 15 points in just the 2nd half. Harden against LeVert. The 15-footer. The rebound by the Nets. Brooklyn with the ball. They're on an 18-7 run. Here's Dinwiddie. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
Durant has excellent unselfishness for a superstar and the vision on full display.
Timeout called the Rockets.
Something you just don't appreciate enough. It's the efficiency of Kevin Durant. 7 straight years now of him shooting over 50% from the floor. I mean, it's incredible given how many shots he takes.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Mike D'Antoni talked to his team. He said, guys, we don't want to play hero ball. We don't want to take threes that aren't there. There are better options when you run the offense all the way through. Kevin, we'll see if they can make that adjustment.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And KD, not just an elite scorer, Chris, as you said, but an efficient elite scorer.
Yeah, Kevin, you look at everyone else in the league scoring 30-plus a night, and they aren't shooting over 50% from the floor. That is just one of the many things that make KD a generational talent on the offensive end.
Lobs it up for Jordan, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Gordon with no one around, off target with his 3. Nets trail by 7. Shoots the 3. Rockets with the rebound. Chandler's got his 7th rebound here tonight. There's the lob to the hoop. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Dinwiddie. The big dunk at the end of the break.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah. Now that's how you mount a comeback. They're not all the way back, but they're getting close.
Harden the pass to Capella. Durant with the steal. In transition, here come the Nets. James Harden with the rebound. Houston leading by 5. The drive by Gordon. And Jordan sends it back. And here we go. The fast break with Dinwiddie. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And the Rockets making a change here. Tucker's checked in. Now here's Dinwiddie, guarded by Tucker. Jordan kicks to Dinwiddie. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And here's Westbrook. Lob pass to Capella. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Chalk up 2 there. KD's got 11 points in the quarter.
Running it down their throats. 3 straight baskets there in transition.
Dinwiddie against Westbrook. Harden outside. And then jammed down as he goes right over DeAndre Jordan.
Oh, that's just fantastic concentration by Harden. Taking the hit like a champ, draining the shot.
And for James Harden, he'd love to be put on an island and go one-on-one against a defender.
Well, yeah, last season, Harden had as many ISOs called for him as some teams ran. And that's all because of his coach. His coach calls the games that way. It's his bread and butter. And there isn't much you can do to stop him with one defender.
Here's Dinwiddie. It's LeVert on the wing. No good from outside.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Harden dishes to Gordon. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant. Here's Gordon. The shot misses, and Brooklyn will come the other way. To the paint. Here's Durant. Nice pass. Right under the rack perfectly for the layup. KD's got 29.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Lob pass to Capella. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And sometimes all you got to do is lob it Capella's way. Often he takes care of the rest.
And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Nets. 6-point game. The dish to Durant. Chandler outside. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Dinwiddie against Westbrook. Clock at 6. Jordan inside. Can't cash in from close range. Rockets leading by 6. Harden outside. Now here's Tucker. He's guarded close. Harden against LeVert. Dinwiddie with the steal. And here we go. Dinwiddie heading to the hoop. Drops in the breakaway layup. Dinwiddie's got 10 points in the quarter.
And you look at it, 8 of the last 10 points they've given up here coming in transition.
Harden against LeVert. It's Harden with the drive. Stolen by Durant. And there's the foul. It will go on P.J. Tucker. That is his first foul of the game. Nets trail by 4. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
He's running wild. They had to call a timeout just to take away at least some of his momentum.
And now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, James Harden.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
Stolen by Harden. To the inside. And finished off by Westbrook.
Wow.
We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. Brooklyn's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. That's good from Durant.
Oh, the skill, length, the timing. Durant, he's special in all those categories. He can dominate on both ends.
And so he hits both.
Well, that's big free throws from a player they depend on in those situations.
Harden against LeVert. The feed to Tucker. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Tucker's very good at using his body and drawing contact. I mean, he's got the physical tools, but he's not afraid to use them.
The first free throw is good. Both free throws good from Tucker. Nets trail by 6. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Dinwiddie over Gordon. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one's on Eric Gordon.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within 5. And both free throws good for Dinwiddie.
Crucial that he converts those shots. They've got to keep eating away at the lead.
Inside, here's Gordon. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got his 7th assist in the game.
He plays with such great pace and rhythm. Gordon is exceptional at scoring. I mean, he's a lethal attacker.
Now here's Durant, guarded by Tucker. KD looking around. And slam dunk by Jordan.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Capella, the pass to Tucker. That one good for 2. Tucker's got 4 points this quarter.
Even though he lacks some size, Tucker's strength makes up for it. He competes inside.
Outside, KD. Let's keep it alive.
And I just love how he's banging down low. His hard work will let them use some more of the clock here.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And the second of 2 is good. That brings them within 5.
Boy, he'd sure like to have that miss back. Hard to chip away at a lead when you're leaving freebies at the line.
Here's Westbrook, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Yeah, those free throws helping them to make the lead even safer.
Outside, KD. Come!
When things get tough, you start to lean on your stars, and Durant always seems to come up with a clutch shot.
Pass to Capella. Back to Harden. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Banked in off the glass. And the Rockets lead by 7.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
GA, this is no let-up. You know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games.
And finished off by Katie.
The fearless, tenacious scorer. I mean, Durant only needs to see one drop through. I mean, you know he's feeling it.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. He's able to hit the second one, and that increases their lead to 6. Timeout called, the Nets. They're trailing by 6. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. The shot and game clock separated by 4.
The great ones do this. When Kevin Durant gains an advantage inside, you know he's aiming to score or get fouled.
Gets the first, and that brings them within 5. And both free throws good for Durant. On offense, here are the Rockets. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. And the basket by Gordon.
Gordon loves it when the game is on the line. It's really when he comes alive.
And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Nets. His three-pointers off the mark. And so they choose to intentionally foul. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
I just love the production Capella gives this team. I mean, it is absolutely fantastic. He's their defensive anchor. He finishes off with oops, and he can make nice passes out the pick and roll.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. From deep three-point range. Can't hit that one. Great D that time from Green. Westbrook with it. So Houston wins it. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Congrats, James, on the win. This is a very tough team. What does it mean to beat them?
It meant a lot. We wanted to come out here and play with some energy. Guys made shots defensively. It was a gutsy win for us.
I'm sure you'll see these guys again. Thanks, James. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.